it's Lindsay. I'm doing my second Facebook Live. Hope everything's going well. I hope you're having a nice morning on this Halloween day. It's feeling like fall finally in San Diego, which is nice. Just got back from Northern California. I was at the Binge Eating Disorder Conference, and it was very fallish and rainy up there, which was awesome. Awesome conference, and have some things to share with you, but I'm not going to share them right now in this video. The reason why I'm having this video today is about, I think 2 weeks ago, I asked for feedback from the group on what you really, felt like you needed from the group and what would be helpful in terms of resources. And the top one on the list was making room for self-care. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been putting together just a little 7-page or so worksheet that you can use to start to make space for self-care. So it's not necessarily saying, do this, not that, these are some ideas for self-care. It's actually going to 100% come from you. And by the end of the worksheet, you'll have sort of a plan in place to start doing small or even big things that start to make room. Because I think sometimes that's the challenge, is not really feeling like we can slow down our lives enough to do things that we may need. And also maybe not recognizing things that we do all the time that actually do bring us joy and do energize us, or vice versa, things that we're doing every day that drain us that we actually may not need to be spending our time doing. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the worksheet. I realize you can't see it right now. I'm going to post the link to this document in the comments of this Facebook Live. And then what I'd recommend is maybe like listening to this video. Hopefully I won't make it too long, because I know your time is precious. And then you can go back through the video and listen again if anything, if you need kind of more of an explanation or you need some examples. So the first page in the document that you'll see, it says, I make space. I love that phrase, and I think it suits this activity really well. So the first action point is writing down all of the things that energize you. So all of the things that are life-giving, that bring you joy, or just give you a little bit of that energy boost, just a kind of a good feeling. When I kind of do this worksheet on my own periodically, when I did this about 9 months ago, and I kind of came up with this workflow, it was actually out of my, coming from my own need, and also needs that I had seen, of my clients as well. So some of the things that I came up with were like being outside. That was actually something I didn't realize. Just kind of being outside, being in the sun, feeling the grass, whatever it was energizing to me. Coffee, tea, that is energizing to me. Not necessarily, yes, in the caffeine aspect, but it just feels nice. I like kind of cozying up to something warm, especially in the morning or even in the afternoon. Having a warm meal at dinner and cooking when I'm able to do it actually energizes me as well. And having slow mornings. So those are just some things that I came up with. I had a whole long laundry list of things, but I'm not going to bore you with that. So I'd love, of course, for you to take some time and do that for yourself, and that can be kind of a fun thing. The second page is what drains you. So these are the things that, big and small, suck the life out of you every day. And so when I did this, again, had a long laundry list of things, but one of them that I can remember was email. So feeling like I had to respond to emails 24/7, especially in the professional realm. Browsing Facebook at night, especially in times like this, in the political, times that we're in, browsing on Facebook can be really emotionally draining, and doing that at night was really not very helpful. Scheduling too many clients was draining me at the time. Having my son cry when I was trying to make dinner, that was really draining. And just not feeling like I had enough time to do things for myself, like even just go and get a new bra that I needed, or whatever it might be. And these things may be things you can change, and might be things that you can't change. So both are completely relevant. And the next page gives you an opportunity to start to separate all of these things that drain you into 3 different categories. So it's things that I can change with sort of an action plan, things that I can ask for help with or delegate, and things that I can't change, and it says plus acceptance and coping plan. And what you may find, and I think a lot of people find and I've found, is that if you can work through the things that you can actually change and you have control over, and the things that you maybe can ask for help with and delegate, that list of things that you can't change becomes like a lot more tolerable, a lot more, you just kind of have more to give during those times, which I think, you know, in parenthood and in motherhood is crucial. So, you know, for example, with the emails, I felt like, okay, I can change that. I can put something in my email signature that says when I will respond to emails. I can simply just respond to emails during typical business hours, and people will start to get the idea that that is when I respond. I do not respond at 10 o'clock at night or on Sunday afternoon. And so as I started doing, kind of going through the things that drained me that I wanted to change, and I knew which things I could directly change, I started putting them into a month-to-month action plan. Sorry, somebody called me. That's the next part in this worksheet, is the action timeline. So really putting into place what things you think are reasonable for you to impact month to month, okay? So again, you know, kind of using some of the examples I threw out there, I thought, okay, in the first month of this, I can make changes with my email. That's pretty easy. I can do that in the next couple of weeks. I thought I can start, you know, not browsing Facebook in the evening. That's a pretty easy one. I mean, not as easy as it sounds, but it was something I felt like I could immediately change. And then, you know, really setting the intention to bring some of those things that I enjoy in my life into my life, you know, into that timeline. So stepping outside in the morning and getting some morning sun, that was something I started to work into my routine right away. And I found that that was just really grounding and really helpful. Even during, you know, our craziest mornings, I felt like I had time to do that. Some of the more long-term things were like scheduling too many clients in a day. And so I kind of set that intention over the next few months to start figuring out how I can not schedule as many clients in one day, maybe open up my availability a little more, or delegate some of those tasks to the dietitian that works for me. And then, like I said, the things that we don't have as much control over seem to become a little more tolerable, like my son crying and tugging at me every night when I'm making dinner. Still not easy, but I did notice that one of the effects of kind of working through this was that I had a little more to give. And I was a lot more patient with him and could kind of organize that time a little bit better as well. So again, I'm going to post this worksheet in the comment section. If you have any questions or want to talk about some of the things you're discovering, I would love to have that discussion in the group. I think all of us would benefit from kind of hearing what you've learned or what you are struggling with. And yeah, I hope you all have a great Halloween tonight and a great week. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.